Hey guys, this is SEO Floyd, and I would like to welcome you to the first video in our client getting / client prospecting section. So please be sure to view these videos in order because we are presenting them to you in order from the entry-level techniques to mid-level techniques to eventually more advanced techniques. All right, so welcome to the course. Please be sure to execute on all the things that we offer here because all the methods that we're teaching you are tried and true. All right, so the method that we're going to do today is one that I like to call the MLM method. All right, aka friends and family. So why do I call this the MLM method? Well, the reason why I call this the MLM method is because MLM stands for multi-level marketing, and multi-level marketing is companies like Advocare and Mary Kay, companies like that where you will join and you will sell their product or service. It's very similar to being an affiliate, but one of the distinctions about it is that it's kind of like a legal pyramid scheme, right? It's like one that actually works. So when you join, you will sell products and services, and the person who signs you on will receive a portion of the monies that you collect. Likewise, people that you get to sign up will, under you will collect fees when they make sales. So that's really basically what MLM is about. But the reason I call this method the MLM method is because when you join an MLM, there's always going to be training for that. And the initial training is going to begin almost always with the technique I'm going to show you now, which is going to be based on your family and friends. So what I'd like you to do, and please do this the way that I'm outlining it. A lot of research has gone into this, and I've refined this method over the years. So please don't try to squeeze this in, while you're in the middle of doing something else or while you're multitasking. I'll tell you a little hint about multitasking. For those of you that didn't watch the introduction video, I'm actually about halfway through a PhD right now in counseling / psychology. And so one of the things that I'll tell you that's been exhaustively proven about multitasking is that it simply doesn't work. All right, so if you've been fooling yourself and thinking that you're doing 3 things and you're doing all 3 of them well, then please stop it. Whenever you focus on one single thing and give it all of your attention, your results are always going to be higher than when you're splitting your attention. All right, so this is a very important first step for you in the client getting process. So step 1, I'd like you to schedule a minimum of 30 minutes, more like an hour would be better, away from all distractions. All right, so if you're a family person, you may want to get up extra early one morning, get up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, or you may want to do it, after the kids, are in bed at night. If you're a single person, then hopefully you shouldn't have trouble scheduling this time with yourself. But that's kind of step number 1. So, and don't just, brush this off or think I'll do it later. As you're watching this video now, go ahead and stop what you're doing and go ahead and make an appointment to do this. Okay, so go ahead and stop, put it in your phone, put it in your day planner, put it in your calendar, however you're organized, go ahead and get it done now. Okay, so please, if you can't do this right now, go ahead and get it on your calendar. If you had some important appointment that you had to keep with someone else, like a doctor's appointment, for example, you would put that on your calendar. So remember, things that we're having you do for you and for your business are just as important as things like doctor visits. So go ahead and schedule the time out for you. All right? So for the next parts, I'm going to assume that you are already in that 30-minute to 1 hour time. You're away from noise and distractions. Your Facebook is turned off. Your phone is turned off, and you are probably sitting somewhere with a pad and paper or with Notepad open, whatever your preferred method is. All right. So the next thing you're going to do is a little brainstorming exercise. And so for the first part, I don't want you to think too much about this. I want you to just sit down and start writing out the name of all your family and friends that you can think of and all of their family and friends that you can think of, okay? So at this point, I don't care how you know them or anything about who they are or what they do. I just want you to start brainstorming names, all right? So you just sit down, and you should do this for probably 10 or 15 minutes, all right? And just sit down, and you may want to make one list, one row of friends and one row of family, okay? And just start listing, okay? And so if you're doing that now, go ahead and pause this video, please, and go ahead and get that done. And when you've completed it, go ahead and come back. All right. So if you've had any trouble with getting that list, or even if you think you've got a good one, a couple of tips I'd like to throw in. Be sure to use sources like Facebook and LinkedIn if you need to. Now, of course, earlier I told you to close all that stuff. It's okay for this part of the exercise only to go ahead and open them up. If you've made your list and you feel like it's good, if you want to go ahead and open up a couple of sources, maybe open up your email just temporarily to see if you missed anybody, okay? And so go ahead and, again, if you want to pause this, go ahead and kind of double check your work. Probably you forgot some people. Facebook is really good for this. When you look on Facebook, you should probably see a bunch of people on there, and you probably have people that you can add to this list, okay? So again, if you're doing this live, go ahead and pause this now, and go ahead and let's really, really look through our list and make sure that we've got everybody, all right? All right, so hopefully you're not just watching this video straight through. I can't reiterate that enough. It's more powerful and it works better if you do it the way that I'm teaching you to do it. So please, if you've gotten to this point and you haven't done any of the actions that I've asked you to do, stop the video and go do them before you move further. Okay? So I will pause here for 2 seconds. If you have not done the previous steps, please go do them and come back. Okay. If you are here, then I hope that you've done the previous steps and you are ready to go ahead and, now that we have this list, the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to get public. I want you to get out there, okay? A lot of times, your friends and your family really have no idea what you're doing. And once they understand what you're doing, it's going to be easy to get them to help you, build your business, to get your prospects going, okay? I'll tell you, a lot of times people who do, internet marketing, online marketing, a lot of times there's some kind of negative stigma attached to it. And listen, that negative stigma really typically is something that's just going on in your head, okay? It's not something that's real. It's not something you're really going to run into a ton. It's something that you've kind of put in your own mind because, if you've been doing this for a little while, you know that there's a lot of unscrupulous business people who operate, in the business space that we operate in, okay? So don't worry about that. What I want you to do is get out there. So, for instance, you could do a Facebook post, all right? And the Facebook post, could say something like, attention family and friends. I am starting a new section in my life or my professional life, and I am now doing online marketing. For those of you who don't know what that is, I help businesses get found on Google. So if any of you, have need of my service, or if you know anyone that does, please, help me get this off the ground. Here's my contact information. Now, of course, don't do exactly what I just, said, the words I used. Go through and spend some time, okay? But the point is, when you make something public, statistically, you're way, way, way more likely to follow through and carry through with it, okay? So, for instance, if you're trying to lose weight, this is a tactic that people will have you do. They'll tell you to go post it, like on your Facebook. I'm going to lose, 10 pounds by this date, or I'm going to fit into this dress size, right, for this event, okay? And again, research has shown that when you do it, when you make it public, not only are you more likely to act upon it, but you're also more likely to be successful in the end goal, okay? And when people know what you're doing, they can help you, okay? So I'll bet that if you're sitting there right now, I'll bet that at least some of your friends and family don't have any idea what you do, okay? So if you're a part-timer, and you're just getting out there, if you don't want to do this in public, if you're afraid that, maybe your day job will see this, then you can do, an email, blast, to all the people, that I'm talking about, or similar. Okay. But guys, really do this. Okay. Get out there, get the word out about you and what you're doing. Okay. Let people know, when Uncle Sal or, Aunt Sally or, whoever finds out what you're doing, the deal is you don't even know who they know. You don't have any idea, who they do business with and, things like that. And this method is really, really powerful. Okay. I have never had a student that did this method earnestly and didn't get a few clients from it. Okay. Your family wants to help you, and hopefully your friends do as well. All right. And remember, a lot of times, the value in these referrals is going to be from the people that they know and not them personally. So, your Aunt Sally may not be able to be a client for you. She may, work for some, business that doesn't need SEO, all right? But she may know people that do, okay? So, again, don't overlook this method. Go ahead and get it out there. Get it public. One of the easiest things to do for this is to go ahead and collect all your data on a spreadsheet, okay? And then, it doesn't have to be a rocket science Excel or anything like that. You can even use Google Docs for this or, anything else. But, you're going to want to put basically like their name, their contact information, the date that you contacted them, and then kind of, where you're at with them, okay? So, it might look like something like, Aunt Sally, here's her email, here's her phone number, may have a lead, on her friend, John, who owns a surgery center or something. Okay. And then you'll just put, in that case, you'd put, John's contact information, and then you want a date on there. You want it like a current, right? Like where you're at with this. So you may have put, a meeting scheduled, for this date. Okay. And then start basically keeping track. Now, as we move forward in the course, we're going to talk about, obviously some more advanced ways to manage your clients and your potential clients. All right. But for this point, again, a simple spreadsheet or similar is going to be fine. All right. So it doesn't matter the method that you're using to keep track of everyone. It matters that you're keeping track of everyone. All right. All right. So, my last little thing that I want to say about this, please don't blow this off. This has worked for hundreds of people, and it will work for you too if you do it. All right. So do not blow this off. Take action on this. All right. I wouldn't be wasting your time and your energy, or my time and my energy, with sharing a method with you that doesn't work. And again, as I mentioned in the very first part of this, I call this MLM because this is what multi-level marketers train. And trust me, there's millions and millions and millions of dollars in multi-level marketing. There's a reason why they use this technique, frankly, because it works. Okay? And there's people who have grown their entire businesses off of just this method and no other forms of prospecting. Okay? You don't know who you know or who they know until you reach out and make that touch and make that contact. Okay, so again, I would like to thank you for joining in on this training today. I hope that you got a lot of value out of it. I hope that you followed it in order, and I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Now go get that first client.